With books that are this damaged, we do go through every single page to make certain that there aren't pockets of mold in the middle.
This letter has a small tear here that I'm going to fix. I can get a tool up underneath it and bring it back down where it needed to be in the first place.
In June 2003, I got a phone call from Baghdad, from the Coalition Provisional Authority, asking me, what can you do to preserve books and documents that have been in a flood?
This is a grouping of what we're calling alpha betas. They're children's primers of Hebrew language.
And within a week from that phone call, we were on a plane. The books and documents were found in the basement of the intelligence headquarters, which is called the Mukhabarat. Unfortunately, they became moldy during the course of the process of trying to start to dry them out.
There were 26 trunks, metal trunks that had some labels on the outside. And we started opening trunks and just looking at the contents. There were things that were very badly water and mold damaged.
We gave it the name Iraqi Jewish Archive. There's some confusion in that it really is not an archive. The books and documents, they had come from different parts of the Iraqi Jewish community. They were never collected as one collection.
What you're mostly concerned about with materials that are wet is that you don't want mold to grow, and so freezing will stop that possibility.
The CPA in Baghdad got a freezer truck, which wasn't easy.
They were transported to the US frozen, and that was actually a pretty big feat.
And they went to Texas, where there is vacuum freeze drying facility. That allowed them to be dried.
And from that point, the records have been in National Archives custody.
The next phase occurred when the Center for Jewish History applied to the National Endowment for the Humanities.
This funding gave us the ability to unpack the materials, do more careful housing, some conservation and condition assessment, and also to begin to develop a database. People had to wear protective gear for all of this handling, and it was exhausting work.
Now we're at the final phase of the project, which is funded through the Department of State. We've hired a fabulous staff of conservators, conservation technicians, a librarian, digitization technicians, digital imaging specialists, and a project manager.
My job is to make sure none of the balls are dropped, to make sure that things move quickly but safely, to make sure that we preserve everything, that we conserve what we can, that we digitize and make available through the database everything that we have.
We're developing a website that all these images and a listing of everything in this group of materials can be made available internationally. We also are developing an exhibition which will open in Washington at the National Archives O'Brien Gallery in October 2013. And that will be an exhibit that focuses on the books and documents and the story that they tell about the history of the Iraqi Jewish community. And then the materials will be sent and returned to Iraq. That will include both the materials, the books and documents, as well as the exhibit.